the Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine, located in Baltimore, Maryland, U.S., is the academic medical teaching and research arm of Johns Hopkins University. Johns Hopkins has consistently been among the nation's top medical schools in the number of research grants awarded by the National Institutes of Health. Its major teaching hospital, the Johns Hopkins Hospital, was ranked the best hospital in the United States every year between 1991 and 2011 and again in 2013 by U.S. News & World Report. Overview: the Johns Hopkins School of Medicine is located in the East Baltimore campus of Johns Hopkins University together with the Bloomberg School of Public Health, and the School of Nursing. Known collectively as the Johns Hopkins Medical Institution's campus, it spans several city blocks, radiating outwards from the Billings building of the Johns Hopkins Hospital with its historic dome. The founding physicians of the Johns Hopkins School of Medicine included pathologist William Henry Welch, the first dean of the school and a mentor to generations of research scientists. Internist Sir William Osler, sometimes called the A-OE father of modern medicine, A-Euro having been perhaps the most influential physician of the late 19th and early 20th centuries, is author of The Principles and Practice of Medicine, written at the Johns Hopkins Hospital and published for more than a century. Surgeon William Stewart Halstead, who revolutionized surgery by insisting on subtle skill and technique, as well as strict adherence to sanitary procedures. And gynecologist Howard Atwood Kelly, a superb gynecological surgeon often credited with establishing gynecology as a specialty and being among the first to use radium to treat cancer. The Johns Hopkins School of Medicine is affiliated with the Johns Hopkins Hospital, its major teaching hospital, as well as several other regional medical centers, including the Johns Hopkins Byville Medical Center, Howard County General Hospital, Suburban Hospital in Montgomery County, Maryland, and Sibley Memorial Hospital in Washington, D.C. Together they form an academic health science center. Reputation: for years, Johns Hopkins has been among the nation's top medical schools in the number of competitive research grants awarded by the National Institutes of Health. According to U.S. News & World Report, Johns Hopkins has always ranked in the top 3 research-centered medical schools. Its major teaching hospital, the Johns Hopkins Hospital, was ranked the top hospital in the United States every year from 1991 to 2011 by U.S. News & World Report. Askman.com ranked an M.D. from Johns Hopkins as one of the 5 most prestigious degrees in the world. According to the Flexner Report, Hopkins has served as the model for American medical education. It was the first medical school to require its students to have an undergraduate degree and was also the first graduate-level medical school to admit women on an equal basis as men. Mary Elizabeth Garrett, head of the Women's Medical School Fund, was a driving force behind both of these firsts. Sir William Osler became the first professor of medicine at Johns Hopkins and the first physician-in-chief at the Johns Hopkins Hospital. Osler was responsible for establishing the residency system of postgraduate medical training, where young physicians were required to reside within the hospital to better care for their patients. Colleges: upon matriculation, medical students at the Johns Hopkins School of Medicine are divided into 4 colleges named after famous Hopkins faculty members who have had a major impact in the history of medicine. The colleges were established to foster camaraderie, networking, advising, mentoring, professionalism, clinical skills, and scholarship. Students are assigned to faculty advisors within their colleges. Each advisor has a group of 5 students from each of the 4 years. They instruct these same 5 students in clinical skills, a core first-year course, and continue advising them throughout their 4 years of medical school. Every year, the colleges compete in the A-OE College Olympics A-Euro. Governance: the Johns Hopkins School of Medicine is led by Ronald J. Daniels, the president of Johns Hopkins University, Paul Rothman, CEO and Dean of the Medical Faculty, and Ronald R. Peterson, president of the Johns Hopkins Hospital and Health System. The CFO of Johns Hopkins Medicine is Richard A. Grossi, who is also the Senior Associate Dean for Finance and Administration and Executive Vice President of Johns Hopkins Medicine. Vice Deans preside over specific administrative task areas. The Vice Deans are William A. Baumgartner, Vice Dean for Clinical Affairs. Janice E. Clements, Vice Dean for Faculty Affairs. Landon King, Vice Dean for Research. Daniel E. Ford, Vice Dean for Clinical Investigation. David G. Nichols, Vice Dean for Education. And David Hellman, Vice Dean for the Johns Hopkins Biville Medical Center. The Dean's office also includes over 20 administrators in the position of Associate or Assistant Dean. Nobel Laureates. 16 Nobel laureates associated with the School of Medicine as alumni and faculty have won the Nobel Prize in Medicine or Chemistry. Carol Greider, a Euro faculty, Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine, 2009, Oliver Smithies, a Euro faculty, Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine, 2007, Richard Axel, a Euro Maryland, 1971, Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine, 2004, Peter Ager, a Euro Maryland, 1974, Nobel Prize in Chemistry, 2003, Paul Greingard, a Euro PhD 1953, Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine, 2000, David Hubel, a Euro Assistant Resident, Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine, 1981, Torsten Wiesel, a Euro Faculty, Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine, 1981, Hamilton O. Smith, a Euro Faculty, Maryland, 1956, Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine, 1978, Daniel Nathans, Faculty, Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine, 1978, Holden Keffer Hartline, a Euro Maryland, 1927, Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine, 1967, Francis Peyton Roos, a Euro MD, Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine, 1966, Joseph Ilanger, a Euro Maryland, 1899, Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine, 1944, Herbert Spencer Gasser, a Euro Maryland, 1915, Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine. 1944, George Richards Minute, a Euro Assistant in Medicine, Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine, 1934, George Hoyt Whipple, a Euro Maryland, 1905, Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine, 1934, Thomas Hunt Morgan, a Euro PhD 1890, Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine, 1933. Notable faculty and alumni. John Jacob Abel, a Euro pharmacologist, founder and chair of the first Department of Pharmacology in the U.S., John Auer, a Euro physiologist and pharmacologist, namesake of the Auer rod, Stanett Bain Jones, bacteriologist, and U.S. Army Brigadier General John Shaw Billings, a Euro Civil War surgeon, pioneering leader in hygiene, Alfred Blalock, a Euro-developed field of cardiac surgery, Max Bra-Paragraph-Dell, a Euro-acclaimed medical illustrator, William R. Brodie, a Euro-radiologist, president of the Salk Institute, former president of Johns Hopkins University, Ben Carson, a Euro-pediatric neurosurgeon, awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom, Denton Cooley, a Euro-renowned cardiovascular surgeon, Harvey Cushing, a Euro-father of modern neurosurgery, Walter Dandy, a Euro-neurosurgeon, namesake of the Dandy-Walker malformation, Catherine Clark Fensel, a Euro-biochemist and mass spectrometrist, Ernest William Goodpasture, a Euro-pathologist, described Goodpasture syndrome, William Halstead, a Euro-father of modern surgery, Andy Harris, a Euro-U.S. congressman, 1st District of Maryland, Leroy Hood, a Euro-invented automated DNA and protein sequencing, Lasker Award winner, entrepreneur, John Howard, the Euro-endocrinologist, Ralph Rubin, pathologist, Pancreatic Cancer Authority, K. Reedfield Jamison, a Euro-psychologist and psychiatry professor, author of An Unquiet Mind, Leo Kanner, a Euro-father of child psychiatry, Howard Kelly, a Euro-pioneer in gynecology, credited with establishing gynecology as a specialty, Harry Klinefelter, a Euro-rheumatologist, endocrinologist, namesake of Klinefelter syndrome, Albert L. Leninger, a Euro-biochemist and educator, Paul McHugh, a Euro-psychiatrist, Victor Matkusik, a Euro-developed field of medical genetics, Adolf Meyer, a Euro-psychiatrist, Vernon Mountcastle, a Euro-neuroscientist, William Osler, a Euro-father of modern medicine, Wilder Penfield, pioneer of epilepsy neurosurgery. Developed the cortical homunculus, Peter Prunovost, a Euro-anesthesiologist, MacArthur Fellow, Time 100, Alfredo Quinans Hinojosa acclaimed neurosurgeon, Dorothy Reed Mendenhall pathologist, namesake of the Reed Sternberg cell, Dale G. Reenland, cardiologist, David Sabatini Howard Hughes investigator and molecular biologist, discovered mTOR, Florence Sabin anatomist, namesake of Sabin College at Johns Hopkins School of Medicine, Mark Schlissel, President-elect of the University of Michigan, Pamela Sklar, neuroscientist and psychiatrist, Solomon H. Snyder neuroscientist, Helen Taussig pediatric cardiologist, namesake of Taussig College at Johns Hopkins School of Medicine, Vivian Thomas helped develop the Blalock Taussig shunt, namesake of Thomas College at Johns Hopkins School of Medicine, Thomas Turner, microbiologist, former dean of Johns Hopkins School of Medicine, archivist, Victor Vulclescu cancer genomics pioneer, entrepreneur, Bert Vogelstein molecular oncologist. Father of cancer genetics, elucidated the role of p53 in cancer, David B. Weishampel paleontologist, author of The Dinosauria, William H. Welch pathologist, first dean of Johns Hopkins School of Medicine, Hugh Hampton Young neurologist, Elias Sahani radiologist, former director of the NIH. In popular culture, in the television drama Grey's Anatomy, two of the cardiothoracic surgeons Preston Burke and Erica Hahn graduated from Hopkins Med, coming first and second in their class respectively. Arizona Robbins, the head of pediatric surgery, is also a Hopkins Med graduate. In the television drama Private Practice, the character Charlotte King is a graduate of Hopkins Med and Amelia Shepard trained at Hopkins for residency. In the Fox television program House, Dr. Gregory House is a world-famous diagnostician who attended Johns Hopkins University for his undergraduate degree and, later, medical degree. He was, however, expelled for cheating. Neurologist Dr. Eric Foreman also attended Hopkins. In The Simpsons, Julius Hibbert is a family physician who graduated from Johns Hopkins School of Medicine. In the animated television series South Park, Butterscotch is sent to Johns Hopkins Hospital for scientific study. Dr. Perry Cox, from the television series Scrubs, attended Johns Hopkins for medical school. In the movie Step Brothers, Dr. Robert Daubach attends Johns Hopkins for his postgraduate degree. However, this is not good enough for Will Ferrell's character, who says that he smoked pot with Johnny Hopkins. In the TV show Gilmore Girls, Hopkins is mentioned as one of the medical schools the character Paris Geller wants to get accepted to, and eventually is. Dr. Hannibal Lecter, from The Silence of the Lambs and other books, completed his residency training at Hopkins. The character of Alex Cross, created by author James Patterson, is a graduate of Hopkins Med. In The West Wing, President Bartlett's middle daughter Ellie is a student at Hopkins Med. Johns Hopkins is mentioned many times in Tom Clancy's novels. Jack Ryan's wife, Kathy, is an ophthalmology professor there. In the movie Shutter Island, Dr. John Cawley, the head psychiatrist at the Ashcliffe Hospital for the Criminally Insane, is said to have graduated at the top of his class at Johns Hopkins. The ABC documentary series Hopkins takes a look at the life of the medical staff and students of the Johns Hopkins Hospital and Health System. This new series is a sequel to the 2000 ABC special Hopkins 24/7. Both Hopkins and Hopkins 24/7 were awarded the prestigious Peabody Award. The movie Something the Lord Made is the story of two men, an ambitious white surgeon, head of surgery at the Johns Hopkins Hospital, and a gifted black carpenter turned lab technician, who defied the racial strictures of the Jim Crow South and together pioneered the field of heart surgery. Melanie Barnett from the television series The Game often discusses how she gave up Johns Hopkins for professional football player boyfriend Ewan. In the movie Getting In, an applicant to the Johns Hopkins School of Medicine who was placed on the white list is suspected of murdering other wait-listed applicants to clear his way to admission. In MASH episode 8.17 Heal Thyself, the visiting surgeon, Dr. Newsom, shuts up Charles Winchester by disclosing that he is an alumnus of Johns Hopkins. References. External links: Johns Hopkins Medicine.